What's up, YouTube? My name is Mertz, and today I'm going to be showing you a 20 card, $18 July special PSA return that I recently got back. So, really excited to go through the submission with you. I have heard a few horror stories of people getting absolutely wrecked by their $18 returns with maybe lower grades than they originally had hoped for. But as I think you'll see here in just a moment, we did not get wrecked at all. Instead, judging by the results that we did get, it looks like the grader who was working on my submission may have just been having a pretty good day when they came across my cards. So excited to share those grades with you, talk about the cards, and just go through them one by one. So, but before we do get to the grades and talk about the cards themselves, I really want to thank you for clicking on this video. So this is my first upload to the Mertz Collectibles YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on the channel and checking the content out. I really appreciate it. Even though this is my first upload, I do actually have one subscriber. Shout out Professor Oak. Professor Oak subbed to me, obviously, when I had no videos uploaded to the channel, and he's always been a big inspiration and just a positive light in our hobby. Sent me a few messages on the side, kind of inspiring me to create some content. So I really do appreciate that, Professor Oak. Everybody go sub to his channel. So really appreciate you, Professor Oak. The reason I decided to make a channel and really start this kind of content creation journey was really to enhance the way that I interact with the Pokemon community. So I had such a fantastic experience meeting members of the community last week in Denver at the Collecticon event. And really the relationships that I formed there really led to Jake from Pokenomics inviting me on his channel this past Thursday, as well as Connor, Rock Pokemon, and Rob from Red or Blue inviting me on their Kanto Conversations podcast last night, which was Friday. So really what inspired me to just kind of upload my own content, really start creating videos myself. Was just the joy that I experienced in going on those channels and interacting with the live chats. So that really inspired me to kind of put myself out there and upload my first video. I thought that this would be a good way to like I mentioned, enhance the way that I interact with the Pokemon community and just give another outlet to meet really cool people, talk about the cards in the hobby that we all love so much. And just, I think it's just going to be a positive experience all around. So that's really the reason why I decided to really create this channel, put out a video, just looking to have a good time, experience some joy, looking through PSA returns, mail days, getting some cards that I purchased in the mail, maybe do a couple, open some packs that I think are cool. I just want to enjoy the hobby with everyone. So that's why we're here. Thank you to Jake and Connor and Rob for really welcoming me onto their channels. So I really appreciate that, and just kind of breaking that seal, just getting me a little bit more comfortable in talking in front of a camera, because I've never done anything like this before. I'm not like a entertainer performer. I'm just a normal guy who loves shiny cardboard, loves looking at Pokemon cards, and I just really want to, like I've mentioned multiple times, enhance the way that I interact with the Pokemon community. So that's why we're here. So thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone else who I didn't mention by name, who I met in Denver, who've been really great to me and sending me kind messages and just really encouraging me to really jump into the community. So without further ado, let's look at some shiny cardboard that's encased in some plastic together. Really excited to do that with you guys. All right, now that you've made it through my sappy introduction where I talked about just the generosity and the loving nature of the Pokemon community, which is, it's all very true, by the way, but I know it's time to get into some actual cards and start to look at some the submission together. So, but before I do that, take a look at this beautiful playmat. I got this from Ray at the Collecticon in Denver. I believe this is a Pokemon Center exclusive for the Japanese opening of the Okinawa Pokemon Center. That's how I understood it. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But shout out to Ray. Just a gorgeous playmat. I'm not going to zoom it out and bring out my phone because it took me longer than I'd like to admit to get this phone set up and to not fall over on the tripod there. But gorgeous playmat. Shout out Ray. He's in all the Discords. Shout out Ray. So awesome playmat. So let's jump right into it. So this is the first PSA 10 of the submission. Got 310s total. Spoiler alert: 310s out of the 20 card submission. And so this is one of them. So before I jump in talking about this card, I should mention that this is the cards that you see in the submission not going to be super high value, thousands and thousands of dollars. You know, I'm just a kind of a mid low level collector. Got these off a Craigslist guy on Craigslist was selling some Japanese cards. Thought they looked unique. There was a couple cards in there that I really liked, and I hit him up and met him at a Starbucks and bought some cards. So I believe he said his girlfriend lived in Japan and she brought these directly back. So thought that was kind of a cool pickup. This is a awesome card, Raikou from NeoRev. And one interesting thing here is I'm noticing here, or I noticed a little, if you can see this, I'm going to try to pull it up to the screen here. This little, almost looks like a mechanical pencil made this little dot mark, and that's not on the case. That you can't rub that off. I actually noticed it after I purchased it. Decided to send it in for grading anyways to see if it would get missed by PSA. In any event, knew it before I sent it in. Took a risk. Already bought the card and said, you know what the heck, sent it in, and grader missed it. So PSA 10, really pumped with that grade. Back looks flawless, and just a cool card. NeoRev, awesome set, Japanese NeoRev. So next card we've got is the Gyarados, Mysterious Mountains Gyarados. So this is the Japanese version of Skyridge, the Skyridge release. So obviously it's a non-holo version. It is the unlimited. So Japanese Skyridge does come in first edition and unlimited. This is the unlimited version. And something interesting about this, the unlimited's a little bit more rare than the first edition. So I know that all you hardcore Japanese collectors already know that, but just an interesting fact about this particular card in the release of Skyridge in Japan. So unlimited, I believe it's a Pop 9 now in a PSA 10 condition, and I don't know how to value this card. I'd put a peg of value on this, maybe $300. Really like the artwork. Gyarados has a ton of bangers throughout the sets, and this is definitely one of them. Just a fierce looking, directly in the camera, beautiful colors, really pops. One of my favorite cards. So very, very happy with that grade. Next up, we've got over here is almost a meme at this point. So this is the Gold Star Greninja from the Celebrations ETB. Decided just to throw one out at $18 and see if I could hit a 10, and looks like we did. So hit the 10. Immediately looked at eBay prices to check and see what these things are going for. I assumed when I got this submission back that this card would be going for, I don't know, $55 to $75. I thought that I knew at one point it was upwards of 130, 150, 200. So I was expecting at this time that it would have tanked just because that release came out, I believe, in October 21. But to my surprise, I've actually already sold this card for $125. Buy it now, plus like $350 shipping. So the guy paid immediately. Buy it now. Didn't even send me an offer. Just boom. I put it at low list on eBay. Shout out to Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles. Buy it now. Couldn't believe that this card is still going for that price. Actually got the pop report here. Looks like we've got 285 PSA 10s, which is surprisingly low. I was expecting that to be much higher. I personally would expect that 10 number to go from 285 and really skyrocket here in the next few months. So I'm glad I immediately sold it and kind of cashed out, but could be wrong. I have heard some anecdotal stories that this is a little bit hard to grade from some people. A shout out to Mexican Hipster JR. Just messaged me right before this video and let me know that he bought he's got quite a few of them, and none of them seem to be in PSA 10 condition. So I don't know. Maybe it'll skyrocket. Could be totally wrong because it's hard to grade, but great grade there. Next up, this is one of my favorite cards in the hobby. I am a Komiya collector. So Komiya is the artist who illustrated this card, and I just really love his style. A lot of hand drawn, just really beautiful artwork that I love, and this is one of my favorite examples of his artwork, and I just really enjoy this card and graded it, and really pleased that it got the 9. I already have a copy of this for my personal collection, but so I will be selling this one since I already do have the copy. But just a really cool card. Love the Scream promos, home run release. I can't say enough about this release, especially since it's a Komiya card. Checks all the boxes for me. Got the PSA 9 on that card there. So next up, we have another Scream promo. Got an Eevee in a PSA 9. awesome card. If you see the Psyduck there in the background lurking, it's kind of cool how they've got those placed. So bring the Psyduck back over here so we can check out the Haunter and the Gengar lurking in the background. Very appropriate for the Halloween season. But the Eevee, awesome card. All the Scream promos I love very much. I will be selling this one just to recoup some of my money that I put into this collection. Eventually down the road, I would like to own a full PSA 9 or possibly someday a PSA 10 set of all the Scream promos. But we'll be selling this copy and looking to pick up another down the road. But home run release, like I just mentioned with the Psyduck, and really happy to pull the PSA 9 on that card. Next up, we have Japanese Blaine's Charizard. Self-explanatory. This card, SM Pratt style, needs no introduction. Blaine's Charizard, awesome card, graded a 9. Really off-centered. Other than that, it's super mint on the back. I'm assuming that's why I got the 9, but we can go searching for dings. Don't think we're going to find any. Super happy with that grade. Taking a look at the prices on that, I think low list I'm on eBay is like $175, but really happy to have this card. Just an iconic artwork. Gym 2 Japanese Blaine's Charizard. Really happy with that grade. Next up, we've got Charizard from the Japanese half deck release. Just gorgeous hollow pattern. Really cool card. Just thought I'd pick this up because I like the artwork and was buying this collection to resell. So threw that in the pile. Happy with the grade. Not a crazy expensive card. I'd probably sell this for around $100 based on last sales. It's up on the eBay, which I'll link in the description below. All these cards that you see here, except for the ones that have already sold, will be linked in my eBay in the description. So take a look at the back there. Moving along, this is a card that it holds a near and dear place in my heart, and that's Flareon from Jungle. So Japanese Flareon from Jungle got the PSA 9, and the reason why that holds a special place in my heart is that from my childhood collection, there was one holographic card that remained from my entire collection. I sold all the cards as a kid in order to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Huge, obviously greatly regret that now, but the one card that remained in my bulk pile that I found when I looked through my childhood collection was Flareon Unlimited copy from Jungle. So for that reason, Flareon from Jungle has a special place in my heart. My favorite evolution. Beautiful rainbow background. I love rainbow backgrounds in general. And it's just a cool card. Not a huge high value card, but happy to get a mint 9 on any type of WotC card like this, and just happy with the grade. Just a cool card. So next up, we have Neo 2 Tyranitar. Cool card. Tyranitar, awesome Pokemon. Very popular Pokemon. Really cool card. Love the black background. Love Tyranitar in general. From Neo Discovery, Japanese version, Neo 2. Got the mint 9. Take a look at the back here. Pretty self-explanatory. I do like the way that light is working out, so we can kind of take a look at the dents if there are any, and that'll come into play later. There are a couple dents, and we'll have to take a look at that. Next up is the Venusaur base set, PSA 8 on the Venusaur, and the reason why we're going to have to use this light is that there was a dent missed, a pretty big one, and I can't believe this is missed by the grader. Here it is. Let's take a look at the top right corner. You can see there's just a big old lip on the top right corner there. I'm trying to capture it properly in the camera, but how this got an 8, beyond me. If I got this as a PSA 8, I would not be super pumped, but missed that little lip there when I was looking at the collection in person. Was in that Starbucks. So in any event, got the 8. Next up is a Dark Charizard. Japanese Dark Charizard from the Japanese Team Rocket. Pulled the 8 on that. This is super off center, as you can see. I think that's the reason why this got an 8. So we'll take a look at the back. PSA. For those of you who don't know, if there's a dent, it's usually an automatic downgrade to a 6. I do not see anything else, unless there's something that I'm missing. Just that horrible centering is kind of what threw it down to the PSA 8, which I guess it's fair grade, awesome card. Dark Charizard, just an iconic art and an iconic card. So next up, we've got my favorite EX card. We've got Ampharos EX. I love the artwork. I grew up as a WotC kid, Wizards of the Coast. did not make it to EX collecting until I got back into the hobby. And this just, I love this artwork. I love Ampharos in general. And just there's something about this artwork that catches my eye every time. So just really love this card. Graded an 8. Happy with it. First edition version of this Ampharos, and I really like it. Let's toss it around to the back. I think there's a little whitening on the edges here, on the top edge, if you could see up there. But awesome card. Happy with the grade. Really cool card. So next we have Houndoom from Neo Revelation. Awesome artwork. I just really like this artwork. Just gives you kind of apocalyptic vibes, in my opinion. Really cool, colorful background. Love the hollow pattern, how it pops here on the Japanese versions, and it's just a great card. Let's take a look at the back here. Why did this get an 8? Don't see a ton of whitening on the back here, but maybe it has something to do with centering. Maybe there's a white dot that I'm not immediately seeing, or a surface scratch, or a print line, but an 8's a good grade. And I like this card a lot. The next card here, this Articuno from the Red-Green gift set. So I don't know a ton about this release. I learned about this as I was kind of looking through a collection. I had never seen this card before, and I was looking through the collection live and did a search and did a quick search on the release and kind of the availability. And it's a really cool card that I just wasn't aware of. I believe there's a non-holo version of the same Articuno artwork in vending. But I thought this was a really cool card. Decided to pick it up. It did grade the 7, and I think that was a generous grade. And there's just a decent chunk of whitening up there on the top. Let's see if there's any more on the bottom left corner. Doesn't look super awesome. So it deserves a 7. I thought it was going to get a 6. I'm happy with the 7 grade, and it's just a unique card that you don't see all the time. And was happy to pick it up and grade it. So pumped about that card. This next card is in tough condition. This is another one that I missed a dent on, and the PSA grader did not miss the dent on this either. So, but I believe if I can find it here, let's take a look with the light right at the top there. So there's just a little at the very, very top of the card, a little lipping, if that's the right word. It's a strange word after it came out of my mouth, but let's see if we can see it through the front a little bit better. But with this light, but that is the reason. There's a little bit of a situation going on the top there. Didn't take a close look before I bought it. Looked at the back, no whitening. Boom. Just thought, shouldn't assume that there's no dents. So still happy with the purchase as a whole, even though there's a couple missed opportunities there. Blastoise being one of them with the dent. So here we go. So here is a Scream promo, Scream Rowlet. I knew this was going to get a lower grade, PSA 7. Let's try to take a look at the whitening on the back. We can see top right corner got some whitening. Let's take a look at the bottom. Not too terrible. It honestly looks a little bit worse up close in person. Got some whitening here at the top of the card. The top edge doesn't look great. So I knew this was going to get a 7, but this is I kind of just wanted to group it along. These are all the Scream promos that the seller had, but wanted just to pick up all the Scream promos. So threw this in, with all obviously the Psyduck and the Eevee got the mint grades there. So this went along, and I actually already sold this copy too. Sold this for $40, but I just thought that was a fair price and just kind of wanted to flip it out and just get the cost of grading back and just make a little bit of a profit there. So next we've got this I got absolutely wrecked on. So this is a 3 Dark Charizard. Didn't see some big old dents on the back, so I'm gonna pop that open, and not only is it a 3, it's got that MK designator, which is for marked. So that means there's ink on here. And as far as I understand it, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think this mark designation means that there was kind of an inadvertent mark, not necessarily an attempt to recolor it to improve the grade. And I don't know where the mark is. Maybe they saw it under the blue light. I don't know how they make that designation. If you're coloring in the borders with blue Sharpie to reduce whitening, then that would be, they wouldn't refuse the grade and say it's discolored. Don't know a ton about that, but in any event, we got the mark designation, and the reason why it got the 3 is there's a massive just dent deal going on in the back here in the center. It's like in a full ring. Obviously didn't see that when I was looking at these in person. Just we were a little bit rushed at that Starbucks. The Starbucks was coming to a close. I was trying to inspect all the cards as good as I could in person, and I just didn't do a great job of looking for the old dents here. So I saw the back of this, saw it was in great shape. Japanese cardstock, usually in great condition, and obviously didn't see the dent. Wouldn't have bought that, but got the 3, so we're gonna be selling that for a decent deal on eBay there. And then finally, to wrap out the submission, these are 2 cards that I am not looking to resell, and I'll explain the reason for that. So I mentioned earlier, Komiya cards, the illustrator Tomokazu Komiya. I'm working towards a master set for this artist, and this card, as well as the next one you'll see here in a second, is a vending series card illustrated by Komiya. And I was going for the 10, and I told myself if I didn't get the 10, just gonna crack it out, toss it back in the binder. Probably a wasted $18, but I needed a couple cards to round out the submission. And I wanted to go 10 hunting on my favorite artist. So that's what I decided to do. Didn't get it, got the 9. Centering isn't awesome. Totally understand. I'll be happy to throw this back in the binder, even in a 9. Like something strange I notice about these prices too is like the raw price of a mint. One of these is about the same price as the cost of grading. So I'm just not going to sell it for $18. Just going to put it back in the binder, which brings me to the final card. And same story with this one. Komiya Growlithe from Vending Series. Vending Series underrated set, by the way. But same story. Going to crack this out. Going 10 hunting. Didn't get it. Can't be too upset. So that's going to do it for this PSA return video. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth, but please like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at mertzcollectibles. I'd be happy to connect, talk shop, talk Pokemon with you. And would love to meet new people in the hobby. So thank you again, and I'll catch you in the next one.